Welcome to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. We are on episode 16, and the last episode happened a few things. We had Lavender landing here in Africa. We had Lavender expanding their borders greatly and they met, of course, the Dark Blue team. We also had a few borders that expanded alongside the unclaimed land, and we had, of course, the plan of Red, but most importantly we had the Lime team returning from the dead, from the grave. Lime always was here, down here of course, but they eventually fled with their government towards Dark Cyan, the rebel group that wants Red gone completely off all the maps. So it's tension, but still no war at all. Red is trying to fight Lavender, and they are trying to build boats, and that's why they found this island. They tested how far their boats could go, and let's say they couldn't really. I also talked about, of course, Orange that wanted to rebel against their rival Brown. And some stuff is happening in the Brown team and Orange team, of course. If you look at the province map, it's a divided land. We have major provinces here in Orange as well, smaller ones here in the Netherlands, and again larger ones in France. But Brown is seeing that there is like a small rebellion inside of their puppet state. And because of that, Brown just is going to take some land from the Orange. And it's going to be much more than Orange at first anticipated. Orange, because of this, loses 2 settlements, major ones, towards Brown. And Brown finally connects greatly here without going through their puppet state. They now have the whole coast of Germany and Denmark. But also, Orange lost 6 provinces. Brown is getting a little bit upset, and they actually, if it's gonna get worse, just want to take the whole Orange country and annex it completely without popping it, so to speak. Back here at the Mint team, they are expanding their borders alongside the coast here in Indonesia, if I'm right. But also, of course, their unique tactic by going inland and just see what they will come across, and they eventually see each other. And they just are slowly getting this whole island for themselves. Because also time is going on still, we have to update the settlements tab because there are no marked ones yet. Mint got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 new settlements. Their population is growing fast, like really fast. And Lavender got 2 more here in Indonesia. Here at the Red team, these 3 settlements are thriving. They are trading with each other, and they are sort of forgetting that they can trade, of course, with the mainland of Red. With Dark Red, of course, not Red. Also note, Red isn't trading with Yellow or Light Blue here, or whatever. They are not doing that. They are not allowed. But Dark Red is slowly losing their interest, not their interest, but their focus on this sort of colony, but they are still like connected, so to speak. And because of that, also this part of Dark Red breaks off into Dark Yellow. And their capital is right there. It's hard to see, but it's there. Dark Red loses 3 settlements, but also 3 cities. But Dark Red still has their hands on these islands, minus this one. And of course, this new country, Dark Yellow, is close friends with these 2, Dark Orange and Dark Green. Slowly, Dark Red is just losing their land in the south, and because of that, they try to keep their borders close to home. There is still not something really settled here with Purple and Neon Lime. After Neon Lime took some land alongside Purple, they want to agree on something. This is looking ugly, you have this, I have this, what are we going to do about it? And they keep it simple, they give some land to each other. They really want to make this a little bit more cleaner. They don't want to keep it like this. So what they do, we will keep provinces on. Lime gets this part of Purple, but Purple gets this. So that will look like this and this. Province-wise, they divide it a little bit. better into this. But because this happened, Neon Lime and Purple didn't thought about the people that are living in here. And let's say, well, there's going to be a problem in the future. Mint is also expanding a little bit here in the north, Lavender, but they also know about the Himalayas, the great mountains that are hard to surpass, so they take some land real close next to Lavender, and their border is getting minor until they get to there. And this is just like a tactic what Purple also is doing to hold Lavender back from expanding up north. Without these two guys knowing that they both exist, like they both are doing the same, they are trying to block Lavender from expanding here in India. Also, months pass by, and because of that, Mint expands here in Vietnam a little bit. They are cooking in terms of that. They also are able to get this whole island. Wait, also this little one here in the south. And they're slowly bringing their people in here, and they're slowly settling things up for more settlements. Because their plan is to eventually try to get this settlement back. If they don't succeed, and Lavender is like pushing them back even more, they have much more land already prepared to build back up. Why Mint is so desperate to get this settlement back, we don't know. Also, let's take a look at the alliance map right now, because something is going to change. Gold is going to step out from the Southern Pact. Why? They feel like they are too far away from their friends. Dark Gray, or Gray, they were friends with Gold, and vice versa. Gray and Gold talked to each other many times, and they just came to the conclusion they were too influenced by the people in the south that came across them many years ago now. So also, Dark Gray steps down from the Shield Pact, and together they don't form an alliance yet, but Gold and Gray are on more great terms with each other again after they split into two, so to say, in the Second Great War. The Shield Pact is kinda sad that this happened, that they lost a great powerful being in the north that was in their alliance, but good for them, because Dark Pink joins the Shield Pact. Something else is happening here with the alliance map. After talking to each other many times over again, the Southern Pact is coming to Middle Africa. Dark Orange joins this alliance as well. Dark Yellow and Dark Green were both not interested anymore in the Southern Pact, so they were kind of shocked that their neighbor did. And finally, after some time, Red set sail to search for Lavender they know about a little bit. They sail towards their island they have right here, and then they set sail again. They set sail completely straight in the west. After a great while, they return because they didn't find anything. Sadly, because of a storm, they never returned, so they lost a boat. They were all dead inside that boat, on that boat, whatever. They have 3 more, so another one set sail. Another one too. So 2 boats set sail again. And one is going to the west again, but a little bit more south. But also one is going to the north. They luckily deviate, and this time luckily, because they found these islands here in the north Red now owns. Little ones that they are able to set without Dark knowing this. Because if they did know, they weren't allowing this at all. But Red is going to operate here to make more boats and to set just things up in between these settlements, these islands, to go and search for Lavender. Some set sail again here too. They only have 2 more boats left. One is going to the southwest again, and one is going to the northwest. The southwest one never returned. Maybe in a storm, we don't know. But the upper one went far. They went farther than they actually realized. They sailed for so long. And the captain was like, no, we are going to find something. The crew was like, I want to return home. We are here for so long on the sea. But they set course and they never deviated that much. Maybe a storm here and there, but they tried to sail so far. They are noticing the weather is colder and colder. And eventually, after a really long time, a majorly long time. They find land in nowadays Canada. They found land, but the captain was beginning to be so paranoia. The crew was like, we are never able to find home again. And if we do, we maybe find another country and then they know, oh shit, Red is going on adventures, we don't want that, and then we are dead. So the captain was like, then we stay here, right? But it was a crew with like 10 men, no women, no children, so no repopulation. But they stayed here. To keep the team, we stay in Greenland. And Gold expand their borders along the south, and they try to just set up more settlements here to grow. There's no such thing as separation here. No one wants to separate from the Gold team. The Gold team is really trying to set up places here and try to keep contact with each other. Contact is slow, of course. We are close to be in the year 900, but nothing is going wrong here for the Gold team at all. Back here with Purple, Lavender and Mint. Purple is going further on the north side of Lavender. A small group, but they try to mark the land for them. They keep the land, they claim the land. And after a while, you can guess it of course what will happen here, they come across what they think is still Lavender. They don't know that it is claimed by anyone, because this is sort of still an adventure, but still, well, it's claimed by Mint. But they go inside the borders of Mint, and after that they finally found civilization, and then they wanted to turn back, but then one man approached them, and he could sort of understand the people. They could have sort of understand the Purple team, and they could speak with each other, the Mint and Purple team. And they sort of wanted to know what was happening. Are you a part of this great power in the south? They say no. And that's going to be interesting, because Purple now know that what Lavender tried to do, well, failed. There is no one group here. They sort of thought this was the great world. They don't know that this was original from their own people that deviated here in the Indian Ocean. They don't know after all these years. They don't know. They will never know. Because all the people that did know died. The remnants of that era are gone. There are no books that say that story. It's all gone. They don't know. Other than me and you, the watchers. But they came on an agreement. Because Mint wants this settlement back. And they know about Purple, of course. And they sort of wanted to go on an agreement by saying, can you help me by getting this settlement back? We really want it back. And if you help us, well, you can get some land out of it too. So Purple goes on an agreement and claims the land here close to the border with Lavender. Eventually the Purple King gets the hand of this, he gets the info, and he goes along with his plan. But he also knows, of course, that Lavender here is bordering Dark Blue in the south. So he goes to Dark Blue. He is hesitating because he is a part of the Southern Pact, but he does it. He tries to convince Dark Blue to sort of set up something to invade Lavender at the same, roughly, time when we will do it here with Mint, to completely cut them off guard. It's a minor plan, sort of major as well. Dark Blue is okay to keep this quiet from the other Southern Pact members and will go along with this plan. Purple even gets this whole ring of land, this whole so-called front. This is like colored in a lighter purple, but this isn't a war or anything like that. Mint and Purple are liking each other more than Mint ever was going to guess. Also, Lavender, of course, expanded their borders, and that is now looking like this. And Blue goes alongside the border to do the same effort as Purple to later surprise them. They don't go that far, and they of course claim the whole land right here, but they are setting up troops here alongside the border to eventually, potentially invade Lavender. Lavender, of course, is totally not paying attention to both of these fronts here with Dark Blue, Mint or Purple, And they are finding new stuff, like water here. A small lake, or... yeah, that's called a lake. It's not an inner ocean. Or, well, maybe it is. You can make the guess what it is. And they set up some places here alongside this lake, or small sea. And they are expanding rapidly. Also with some extra settlements as well. They get 2, well, 3, well, 4 more. Blue also gets 1 more close right here. That's on purpose. So 4 more for lavender and 1 more for dark blue. And because purple is getting something arranged here with mint, and they were not so good friends anymore with neon lime. Neon lime is getting out of their interest. They're not really trading with them that much anymore, and they wanted to trade with mint more than with neon lime. And we still have this situation here. Well, right here, neon lime tried to go on an effort to block pink from expanding more towards the east. Now that nothing really happened here again after that, pink did a big preparation to get a whole part here of, well, nowadays Russia. They want to expand together with dark pink, and they just want to grow. And together they're going to grow. They grew. Dark pink grew too. And they are now sharing a border with neon lime. Neon lime finally figures this out. And, well, they are sort of mad. They are figuring out, like, okay, we cannot get every part of what we want. We still have something that we can grab here in the north and eastern of this part. So, they expand too. And now it's looking like this. The last thing where we will take a look at is again lime. The normal lime, not neon lime. Green, magenta, and of course cyan that took a part in taking over dark cyan that apparently was lime. Want to stop lime These 3 countries want to stop lime from doing anything. They sort of get why lime wants revenge on red, but if they want to do anything against red, they must go through either dark red and brown that are both in the Southern Pact, but also they can go around and go through dark blue as well, but then they still have to go through dark red. Either way, they're going through 2 Southern Pact members. If they do, they can maybe make them mad or angry, whatever, and then the Southern Pact wants to invade and kill these lime people. But if they want to do that, well, they have to go through the Shield Pact territory. They don't want that. So green, magenta, and cyan are sitting together here in this capital when they came together to talk about these 2 guys up here. I want to talk about lime. Can we completely annex the country and then give them something what they want? Or do we have to eliminate, or must we eliminate lime completely before things go south? Literally? Red is still in operation to find lavender, but they technically found the Americas first in this world. Mint and purple are on good terms with each other and want to overrun lavender together with dark blue to stop this great unknown power still for the world. And dark orange joined the Southern Pact, and dark yellow and dark green reacted like, eh? Much more will happen in the very next episode of What If Civilization Started Over.